This is the F765 wing. I'm just testing it after soldering. And you can see here I've got the same setup. I've got 9 little servos currently hooked to servos 1 through 9. Got my radio sitting here on. Got a little RC receiver, nano crossfire plugged into the 765 board on UART 6, I believe it is right here. We'll get into that more deeply here. And I've got a USB cable going in, and I've got the flight controller powered from a little LiPo battery. And what I'm doing inside the software on the screen is I'm connecting through COM8. It'll be different on different wings at 115, 200. Connect. Reads all the parameters. Controller just happens to come up and return to launch mode. So we need to get this where it'll pass through 12 channels anyway. That's all I can control on the radio. First thing I really want to do is go ahead and arm it. I know there's a lot of things that shouldn't let it arm, but I want it armed anyway. So there, it's armed. So now I should get my basic channels passed through, go into manual mode, set manual mode. There's manual mode set up. I can come in here real easily, set up mandatory hardware, servo output. See right now when I flip a channel switch above 5, I don't get any output. I have to enable those through the flight controller. Right now the flight controller's trying to do things with it. You can hear little servos turning on. Got some servos on some channels that are 360 servos. They just turn around and around and around. That's on 6, 7, and 8 there. I have to set them to mid-frequency 1500. You can see there to get them to stop turning. That's what the noise was. The other noise and the jumping around of servos 1, 2, and 3 is because this thing's dropped into fly-by-wire A mode now by itself, and the flight controller is trying to change some of the control surfaces. So I'm going to set manual mode again. Now, inside the setup here, you can only get to channels 5, 6, 7, and 8. You may be able to hear servo working right now on 1. You can certainly hear that one on 2. And then 3, of course, with it being armed, now actually works. You can hear 3 and 4 and 5, 6, 7, and 8. There, it just jumped into another mode again. You can tell by the first 3 channels up here doing their own thing. Fly-by-wire A again, back to manual. So to get these other channels 9, 10, 11, and 12 again, because over here I can't get to 9. We don't have a 9 in this list. We have to go to full config, full tree, whatever. Go down to servos, and we're looking for servo 9. There we go, servo 9. And we have to change it from a 0 to a 1 for pass-through. Servo 10. 1 tab. Servo 11. 1 tab. And servo 12. 1 tab. And then we have to write those. Now, you could hear the servo attached to channel 9 start turning. Oops, that's not the one. There it is. So if I reach up here and set the midpoint to 1500, that servo turns off. So now I'm going to have to, I moved a wire over to 10 so I could check. That's actually 10. This is 9. And a different servo. So there's all the servo channels I soldered up in the past couple of days, tested. None of them are shorted together. All of them have the proper solder connection. And so now we can move on and we'll start looking at these UART ports, how to hook to them, what to hook where, how to run the cables to them and stuff, and go through all that kind of slowly. But this is the 765. It's basically my bench. Technically, I've already tested. You've seen me test all those connectors with things attached to them. So I know that everything in this is working properly now. But we'll still go through all the ports just so everybody understands how to hook to the port with a RC receiver, a GPS, Arduino telemetry radio, cameras, just how it all works. That'll start in the next video.